Have you spent so much time asking yourself, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But let me ask you this one question. What if everything does work out? What if things are falling into place, even when you can't see it? What if life is actually working in your favor beyond what you can imagine? So sit with this for a second because the way you answer these questions, it changes everything, it determines everything. And let me tell you why, because your energy shapes your reality. I talk about reality a lot. I talk about perspective a lot. I always talk about the filter that we're looking through. Now imagine those people who just know that they're going to win and they actually win. Have you noticed those people? They walk differently, they speak differently, they think differently. They don't think like an average person and they take action without hesitation. I actually want to talk to you about this myself. And you guys have probably heard me saying this multiple times, and I talk about this because I want you to know I've been doing this work for over a decade and this work never ends. I got into personal development work since I was 17, 18 years old. My dad actually gave me this book called You Can Win, and not gonna lie, it took me a couple years for me to finish, but I did start reading then. I always loved reading books growing up. I used to read a lot of fiction books. And my point here is that this work never ends. You have to constantly work on your mindset. You have to constantly rewire your brain with the new stuff because you're always dealing with different things. You're dealing with new stuff every single day. Maybe this is the first time you're dealing with a job loss. Maybe this is the first time you're having a friendship breakup. So you need to learn how to navigate through these challenges and work around these things, right? But the person who is determined to change will do anything. They will go out of their way to bring change in their life. And they're not going to think like an average person because let me tell you, it is so easy to think like every single person out there. It is so easy to actually do all the things other people are doing. It's so easy to get into this concept and culture of escapism, right? It's so easy to numb the pain, push it, shove it down with all the work that you need to do. And guess what? It's going to come 10 times intensified in the future if you don't take care of it. And the reason I went on that rant because I just want you to know it's all about the mindset work. It's all about the perspective shift. And then you also got to work your mind and body together because you also got to feel safe in your body. So that could mean that doing a lot of mindfulness work, putting yourself in places where you feel like yourself and you feel safe and you're able to have different point of views where you're able to think more in a healthy way, right? So I really want you to think about a person who is winning all the time. And I don't mean that they never have losses, they never go through challenges, but the person who is showing up for themselves. And it's not because they have fewer challenges, it's because they carry themselves differently and they carry a different energy. And this is because they expect things to work out. That's their belief system. They move like it's already done and they trust the process even when there's uncertainty. For the last like about 3 to 4 years, I have faced so much uncertainty, but there is this deep belief, and it's all because of the work that I've been doing too. And it's, other experiences and working on my confidence all the time. Because let me tell you, confidence does steep low at time to time. It does get impacted time to time with all the things that are happening in the world. It's very important to be doing this work all the time. But one thing for sure, I've always just believed and trusted that everything's going to work out. If I am putting in the work and I am being honest and I am aligned with my values and the way I want to show up in the world and I'm clear with myself, there's no way it's not going to work out. Few years ago, I had this, and this is also on my vision board as well. There's so many things on my vision board that have come to life, that have come to reality. And it has come with a lot of letting go, a lot of, the grief process that you go through because as human beings, we're emotional beings. And you're also kind of learning new way of looking at life and you're always changing your perspective. But one thing for sure that I have been noticing in my life that manifestations are coming true is because of the work that you got to keep putting in. It's all your belief system and how much you got to work on yourself constantly and consistently. And this type of energy, when you have this belief and you move in alignment, let me tell you, whatever is not in alignment with your desire, you will slowly let go. And you have to be ready when you do. You will start attracting people, right people. You will start attracting solutions. You will start attracting opportunities that are in alignment with your dreams and also the people with that vision. If I haven't mentioned already, I can speak from my experience too. Recently, I was at the Oscars gifting lounge. I'll actually share a picture with you guys. I shared my personal story, my resilience story recently, and I've always wanted to be an author as well. And this is something that just came to me at the right time. I met this beautiful person. Her name is Blair. She has been, doing this for quite some time now. And basically, I bumped into her at an event and we just connected. And I learned about this resilient project, and it just worked out in the way that it did. And I was able to share one part of my life where it was a pivotal moment. I had an awakening where I felt like it is so important for me to change now. If I don't take this as an opportunity for me to change and wake up, I'm forever going to be in this mess, right? That does not mean things have been so easy. It has been very difficult, but I just feel like I just remember those moments in my life and it just keeps me going. And one of the reasons why I'm sharing this, because a few years ago when I found myself being in this mess and not feeling the best, my mental health was suffering again. I did not know I would be at Oscars gifting lounge, meeting these songwriters, meeting producers, meeting actresses and actors. And, they're going to be holding a book that I am part of where I am an author. I'm a co-author now. And I'm sharing my resilience story, being able to connect with them. And it just comes with a lot of faith and belief in yourself and to keep showing up even when things are difficult. So it's all about the energy that I'm talking about. This is me speaking from my own experience. I even was on the billboard in New York in Times Square. I'll also share another picture here. And all these cool things are happening because doesn't matter how life gets for me, I am just pushing through. Okay. I'll share another thing. Like few years ago, like this is something you gotta find some things in your toolbox that you just go towards. Okay. Like few years ago, I had a passing in my family. This person was super close to me, my uncle, and how I coped with it when we couldn't see him, we couldn't be at his funeral, and he was in a different side of the world. And there was so much grief in our house. I just went for my daily walks. I felt crappy, yes, to be able to move on in my life, but that's what you got to do. What else are you going to do? Right? There's no other way. Either you can lay in your bed every single day, and that is also important time to time. Let me tell you, we all go through those moments, but you have to put one foot in front of the other. And that's how you're going to get through the mess. So you got to find different things in your toolbox that you got to keep adding these tools in your toolbox, and you got to put in the work and show up for yourself. And that's the energy that is going to attract all the right things in your life. And now I want to talk about why your belief matters. I kind of already touched on that, but your life is a reflection of what you believe is true. And that is because if you feel like nothing ever works out for you, let me tell you, you will unconsciously attract and find ways to prove that belief. Similarly, if you believe that you are unworthy of success or love, let me tell you, you will sabotage every good thing in your life, every good thing in your life, until you become conscious and aware and you tell yourself, no, this is my sabotaging ways that are showing up. And I need to check in with myself. Is this actually factual? So when you actually shift into that belief that everything is always working out for you, whether it is a loss of a relationship, loss of a job, loss of a friendship, loss of a person that you thought was always going to be in your life, you will just understand that life is lifing for you, just how we're always lifing, but life is literally working out for you. And sometimes you have to make space for better things in your life. What's going to happen with this shift in energy and belief, you're going to start attracting and making better decisions in your life. You're going to start taking action, and you're going to show up in ways that aligns with that truth. Another example is a few years ago, I made a commitment with myself that I am going to show up for myself in the most healthiest way, and I'm going to become the most healthiest person in every area of my life as much as I can. And that, my friend, requires a lot of work. Okay, let me tell you. And what I mean by that is I'm still work in progress with my mental health. It is a very, very important part of your life where you got to continue work on your mental health. And the reason is every single thing nowadays is affecting you. Social media is affecting you. The environment that you're in is affecting you. The things that you're watching is affecting you. Like every single thing is impacting you. There's so much stuff that is going on in the world, right? That is impacting you. And so you're going to keep working on yourself. So when I took this initiative of me working on my health all the time, let me tell you, the right people showed up. I started to make a lot of changes in my life, like things that would stress me out a lot, that would bring me down or wouldn't be supporting the lifestyle that I want to. I've also stopped drinking. It's been almost 5 months. I've been sober, and let me tell you, my life has not changed. It has changed in better ways, but I have not stopped. Like if I want to hang out with a friend at a social setting and he or she is drinking, I have no problem as long as it's not affecting me. And, this person is also very supportive, understanding, we're good. I have myself drank before, and I am not going to sit here and bash that drinking is bad or not. That that if you're doing it at a level that is not good for you, it's impacting your mental health, then you should consider that, because it was impacting mine. Few years, I remember I told myself that I am going to cut down on drinking. And let me tell you, that took me about 4 years for me to be sober for 5 months, when I would try a month every year or 2 months every year. And now I'm at a point where I can continue doing that. I don't feel guilty about it. At times I would feel guilty in the past when I did that, like, oh my God, why am I doing this? But that was me challenging myself, that can I have fun without it? Can I be around the people that I love? Can I not judge other people if they're doing that? Can I be maybe a support system, take care of them? So I think it's very important to have that perspective change. And let me tell you, every little small step that I'm taking is adding up to the life that I want to create for myself and my loved ones. So let me tell you, everything is working out for me. It's all the belief. And then you got to take aligned action, right? And I want to bring in this law of assumption that is one of the laws of the universe. And basically what it is, like, you move like it is already happening for you. And if you guys have been doing personal development work, or I'm sure you've heard of Neville Goddard. So basically he talks about the law of assumption, and which he means by that is acting, thinking, and believing as if your desires are already yours. So for instance, if you know that success is inevitable, you will show up differently. Okay. When I got the opportunity that, about me sharing my story, becoming a writer, becoming an author, I was ready for it because I've been putting in the work. I have been writing whether it's my scripts or writing, my captions, or just like expressing myself. I'm a very expressive person, especially in writing. I can express verbally too, but I prefer writing. I'm able to think and, reflect a lot. So I find that writing is something that comes naturally to me. Even growing up, I've written poems, and in my diary, I would write a lot. So me just having that identity, work that I've been doing for a while, I was like ready for it. I'm like, let's go. That does not mean I wasn't nervous. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to be sharing this part of my life. That was such a pivotal moment, a catalyst for everything that's unfolding. And that brought so many opportunities. And then what my belief started to change was I started to assume that the right opportunities are coming my way. Right. And so what that does is you stop chasing and you start showing up. and you start attracting more opportunities, and you're able to differentiate, do I go with this or not? You're able to make decisions better. You have more clarity because you're moving. You're not really stuck there. The more you keep pushing and taking action, it's going to become very clear for you what is important, what is working for you, what is not working for you. And even when you start assuming that everything is aligning, even the obstacles make sense. Recently, I'm going through a lot of changes, and in the past, I would have broken down, cried, and that doesn't mean I sometimes don't have these moments, but I have found myself to be in a place where I am just okay with the things. There's a term called quantum crumbling. If you've heard about this, you know how true that is. Like, quantum crumbling is like everything in your life is going to fall apart that is not in alignment with the life that you want to create. So it's okay if every single thing is falling apart in your life. Okay. Let me give you an example. For years, I've been wanting to buy myself a brand new car. Okay. And I tell myself, okay, next year, maybe next year, maybe next year. And was this last year? No, this was the year before, 2023. Okay. I got into a minor accident and it was the most weirdest thing ever. I wasn't even supposed to get out of the house that day. And I was like, might as well just get my eyebrows done. I was just getting this new position that just came to me, and I was going to start working in a few days. I was self-employed, but business wasn't going that well. So I'm like, oh, we have a mortgage and bills and all that stuff. Like, I also want to pay for myself and day-to-day stuff. So I'm like, oh, I just want to have my eyebrows done before I start this new position. So I get out of the house and I'm driving, and I remember getting into an accident, and I had this voice in my head, be careful and just watch the road and all that stuff. And I got into an accident, and that woman, by the way, was super nice. And, we had this interaction. I'm like, I was having such a good day. And she's like, me too. I'm like, I don't know what happened. And we exchanged our information and we went on. It was very minor. Okay. And mind this, I was having car issues, not major, but like minor ones here and there. And I like it was not bad at all. Okay. It was like a small dent that was not really visible. So, me being me, I've done this in the past about a lot of things, and now I don't. Um, I took it to the shop like literally maybe a month later or 2 months later, because I'm like, okay, I need to like file this claim. Like, what am I doing? And the person's like, yeah, this is a minor fix. Like, you can get your car back in 2 days. This person calls me back and goes, your car is totaled. And I'm like, what are you, is this a joke? What are you talking about? And the person is like, yeah, your car's totaled. Like, ICBC is not gonna, like, this is like the claim people here, if you don't know, in BC, in Canada. Because I know you guys in UK, US, Canada, and there's like a few other countries that you guys watch me. So thanks. But yeah, want to let you guys know the car insurance place here, and they said they're not gonna fix it. And I'm like, what the hell? Now I'm out of a car, okay? And my husband is literally the best person ever. He's super helpful. And he shared his vehicle with me. My in laws at that time were going away for a few months, and to a different country, and they were going to stay there for a few months. So my husband was like, how about, I drive my dad's car. I'll bring the car over to our house and you can use my car. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's very nice. Thank you so much. And we just started to search a new car. So long story short, now the story's getting long, but think about this. Sometimes things have to fall apart. And this is literally the point here. We were searching for a car. I placed a deposit for this new SUV that I was going to purchase. The person said the car should be here in a month. So we're like, okay, cool. My in-laws are not coming back until the following year of February. This is now 2024. And we've still been waiting, but I'm okay because I'm still driving my husband's car. My in-laws are now coming back, and he needs to return because his dad needs to use the car when he's back. My car's not here. And then I'm like, listen, I'm like, I don't want to cause any inconvenience. Like, this husband's so lovely. Like, appreciate this, but we need to do something about this. They're saying that the vehicle is not coming. It's a brand new vehicle and it's not going to be here probably for another month. And guess what? We looked for a car, and as we're looking, we find a best deal for a car I've been looking for years. I've been wanting a Mercedes Benz. Okay. And I was not looking because I'm like, I just want to invest all my money towards business or like just us growing. Right. Guess what? Guess what we get? Mercedes Benz. Because I have been wanting a Mercedes for a very long period of time. I've been a Mercedes girl. My first car that I shared with my mom was Mercedes. And I used to love, love, love driving it. So I always wanted a Mercedes. Guess what? Your girl has a Mercedes now. And this is how it works out. So if you think things are falling apart in your life, just pause for a second. Think about a moment in your life where things were falling apart and it just doesn't make sense what's happening. Nothing is working out. You think nothing's working out, but universe is working in your favor. I wasn't even looking there, but I knew that's the car that I want. And I just put my desire out there. I work hard. I have been working hard. My husband and I both work hard. And I have this deep belief that everything is working out in my favor. Everything is aligning for me. And guess what? So these obstacles make sense. So that was my long story short, or long story now, but I just wanted you to know that I am sure you can think about a moment or situation in your life, or even right now, currently, that things are falling apart, but it is also working out in a way. So, your girl is all about thoughts. Okay. I'm always working on them too. We have about 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. 90% of those thoughts are repetitive thoughts. Okay. These are the thoughts from the day before. So for things to change in your life, you have to work on your thoughts, and your thoughts create momentum. So every time you entertain a thought, you give it power. Just know that. So for instance, I'm going to repeat this. What if you always think I'm always feeling? Why I'm always feeling? Why are things not always working out? Why do I always lose this? You, my friend, are directing your energy towards fear, and fear creates resistance. So instead, what you need to do, you need to repeat these thoughts in your head, the positive ones, and you need to ask yourself, what if I succeed? What if everything works out for me? What is the best thing is about to happen for me? You move with possibility, and possibility creates momentum. Most successful people not have all the answers. They don't have guarantees, but what you do have is certainty. And let me tell you what I mean by that. And certainty that no matter what happens, that they're going to figure it out. And even having certainty that setbacks that are setting them up is setting them up for something greater. Certainty that anything that they desire is already theirs. It's just a matter of time. So my question to you is, what if you operated with that same level of certainty, that everything that you are doing and you're working on and you're aligning yourself with is going to work out, even if right now you don't see it happening? What if you walk through life knowing, and not hoping, but knowing that everything is working out for you? So release the control. And the most people right now, they feel stuck is because they're gripping onto control. They need proof before they actually believe it. They need to see the full path before they take the step. If there is a long staircase, okay, that you can't see it till the end, all you got to do is take the first step and believe it, that every single thing that you're about to do and every single thing in your life is working out for you. Just believe it. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. You don't need to know what is going to happen. You just need to believe that it is happening for you. When you release control, you open yourself up to receiving whatever it is that you desire. So your new mantra is, everything is working out for me. Say it. Every single thing is working out for me. So my last few thoughts here is just have certainty over fear. Okay. That's the only thing that you can do, is to have faith. So you have two choices. You can either keep feeding the doubt, entertaining the worst case scenario and taking yourself out of your dreams, or you can decide right now that everything is perfectly working out for you, unfolding for you, even if you can't see it yet. So what is it going to be? Are you going to keep feeding the doubt? Or are you going to be so certain that everything is working out for you? Now, if this episode resonated with you, make sure you give me a like, share this episode, subscribe to the channel, because so many of you guys still have not subscribed to my channel. You guys are watching my videos, which I absolutely love. That really helps me too. But make sure you share, like, and comment below and let me know what part of the episode that you liked. If you are tuning in on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or any other podcast platform, please give your girl a rating, share this episode, post on Instagram and any other podcast platform. Tell other people about it, and also give me maybe a shout or send me a DM and let's connect. Thank you so much. And I'm sending you so much love and positive vibes. See you next time. And remember, everything is working out for you.